I am super excited about this book. This is my fifth book to come out, so I'm super excited that like 5 books are out. It's my first trade book, and I love the story. I love the characters. And I'm just so excited for everyone to, hopefully it's everyone, to like grab the book and read it and love it. So yeah.
I love that. I love that. Well, guys, if you are just joining us, you already know what I'm going to say. Stop what you're doing. Like, tag, and share first of all. Then go tell everybody to come hang out with us at the cafe because we're hanging out with Mona Shroff today, guys. This is book number 5. We're so excited for her. The second first chance. And for Mona, for those who may not know you, introduce yourself to the people.
So I am Mona Shroff. I write contemporary romance. This is my 5th release. I write for HQN at Harlequin as well as Special Edition. And the last time we spoke just a couple of weeks ago with my super fan, who was in fact my daughter. You can make your own super fan, people. Just raise them. Yes. And that was for my latest special edition that was Matched by Masala that came out in June. And now this one just came out August 2nd. So 2 days ago. So we're in the middle of like release week shenanigans because
yes.
I don't know what else to call it but shenanigans, and it's the best kind. It's just super fun.
I love that. And boys and girls, look, we're going to give you an assignment too. You can help get the word out about the second first chance by Mona Shroff, boys and girls. If you have your copy in ebook form or either in print form, take a picture, tag Mona, share with everybody. Once you guys finish reading it, of course, leave a review as well. And Mona, I wanted to let you know that Mama Tony is hanging out with us by way of the National Book Club Conference in Atlanta. So she took some time out to come hang out with us at the cafe. We love you, Mama Tony. Thank you for hanging out with us as well, because I know you're having a great time at the conference as well. They're giving you love. Veronica is hanging out with us today. Of course, you know, we have Jennifer Copeland. She said, happy release week, Mona. Loving the cover. And of course, her other super fan, guys, and Tiffany Jones is in the house. Happy place as well, guys. We just want to say thank you for hanging out with us. And of course, you know how we do it here. So if you have a question, no spoiler questions, boys and girls, but if you have a question for Mona, put it in the comment section, guys, and we would definitely be sure to include you. So Mona, first of all, you and I, we were talking behind backstage. We were talking about the colors of this amazing cover, guys. Of course, you can see I'm representing the pink, Mona's representing the teal, and I mean, look at it. Hey, voila, we are matching the cover. But tell us a little bit about this cover, because this cover, it doesn't have a couple or a crescent on it. It actually has like flowers or scenery. So tell us about this cover.
So the thing about this cover, first of all, it's so eye-catching. And I mean, I love my other covers. I love the people. I love the representation and all of that. And they're gorgeous covers. So whatever I say doesn't take anything away from those. Harlequin does a great job with all of my covers. And this was the first one that they brought to me that didn't have people on it. And at first I was like, However, it's a little bit of a different book too.
Yeah.
So, it's my first trade book. So it's definitely still a romance, but there's more to it than just the romance. And I believe that is what we were trying to get at with this cover. And of course, Harlequin is wonderful when they do my covers. They send me like the art, they get an artist and they send me a sketch and then they make it up with different colors. And so this was in like a few different colors. And, you know, I don't know anything. I liked, there was like a blue color I liked, and this one, and you know, the final decision goes up to marketing and they know what they're doing. And I'll tell you, they picked this color and I was just at a Polycon this past weekend in DC, well, in Virginia. And I have like this big poster and I have little posters like, that I put up to, I cannot tell you the number of people who are waiting in line for other authors that were waiting and they were like, oh my God, that cover. Oh my God, that. And they came to my table just to talk about like, what is the story?
Yes.
What that cover is so beautiful. And I had to send my editor, I sent her a couple of messages. I was like, you guys did awesome. Tell the art team they did great, because the number of people who literally like almost bought it based just on the fact of the cover. They're like, it's so pretty. Tell me what it's about. And then
I love that.
There are 3 words: Indian woman firefighter. And they're like, have it. Let me have it.
Yes, need we say more? Guys, if you are just joining us, of course, I'm super duper excited because I'm hanging out with Mona Shroff, guys. She is hanging out with us back at the cafe. Her latest release, The Second First Chance, guys, which came out earlier this week as well. So, Mona, we talked about this amazing cover. Now, let's talk about the title a little bit. I like the title. It's very catchy, okay? The Second First Chance. Yeah. Tell us about that.
So without being too spoilery, Rhea and Dylan have lived next door to each other since they were 5. And they've been best friends. And then around that teenager year, like 15 or whatever, it begins to turn into something until tragedy happens, type of thing. Yes. So that was kind of their first chance. But they never really went anywhere with it. So our story starts when they get a second chance at that first chance. And
yes.
Again, I don't do titles are just like, I can write a book. Don't ask me to give you a title. They gave me we brainstormed, and this seemed to really capture what was happening.
I think so.
And as you say, it's catchy because it's not like, oh, second chance, because everybody knows what that is. This is the second first chance.
Right.
You're like, what is that all about, right?
Yes.
So that's where we are with that. So it's just wonderful. So yeah.
I love it. Now, Mona, when you talk about this title that is catchy, and when you talking about this amazing cover that we love, there was something that someone said that described the book. And guys, it's not a spoiler because it's actually on the back of the book in the blurb, but it like caught my attention. So with the cover, the title, and then reading this, it's like, okay, count me in. Okay, y'all ready? It says, big, wonderful, messy lover. No, I'm sorry. Big, wonderful, messy love story about family, heartbreak, strength, and courage. I love that. It kind of like sums it all up. Tell us about that when you hear those words to describe this story.
When I knew when you said it, what you were talking about, because it just describes it. It's a big book. Life is messy, right? And their lives are messy. No one is perfect. No one is completely bad. No one is completely good. Everyone has sort of their reasons for things. And I think that's how I approach all of my stories when I'm writing them, is that people are imperfect. They make mistakes. They sometimes say things they shouldn't, or do things they shouldn't, or keep secrets. A lot of my characters keep lots of secrets.
Yes.
When they really should just be more open. But it's scary. It's scary to be open. It's scary to be vulnerable and all of those things. So I'm just so the next line after that, right? It says, it shows us that sometimes what we want is what we least expect, and that everything we need is often right in front of us. And I think that's also true, because sometimes we go searching for things, and what we need is just literally sitting in front of us, and we are not in the right place in our lives to see that. And then when you do get to that right place in your life, then it becomes clear to you and you can see it. So just because, so I even think, like, when I look back and I think, I'm like, everything happens for a reason. Obviously I wrote the book, but like, had Rhea and Dylan gotten together maybe when they were 15, maybe things would have been different. Obviously things would have been different, but where they are now in their lives, like, for them to sort of reinvestigate this, it's a different story for them.
Yes. I love that. I love that. Now, Mona, when you think about this story as a whole and writing this story, what inspired this story?
So I have a friend who is, he is an Indian firefighter, and they're just I don't know any other ones. Like when he told me he was a firefighter, I was like, wait, what? You're a what? And he's actually a cousin of one of my closest friends. And so I got to chatting with him and we're talking and I'm like, okay, then we got to talk on the phone. So I get him on the phone and, he's also, he works with EMT and that kind of thing. So he helped me out with some of the stuff in the book in Then There Was You, which has Daniel and Annika in there. And we just got to talking about firefighters. And I was like, you know what? I want to write an Indian firefighter. I want to write this journey because it's different than any other journey that I've written. And there's firefighter books out there, obviously, but I hadn't seen this yet. Maybe there's another one out there and I just missed it. I don't know, but this was something new to me. So I started writing this book and then I didn't get very far into it when I suddenly was like, oh, wait a minute. This is not a guy. This is going to be a woman.
Yes.
When that hit me, I was like, that's the book, like right there.
I love that
character. And then I was like, well, of course she's going to fall in love with a veterinarian. I don't know why that occurred to me, but I'm like, that's just what's going to happen. He's going to be a veterinarian. There's going to be dogs in my book.
Right.
So, yeah. So that's kind of how it was, just because I wanted to investigate something that was new to me.
Right.
And I did talk to this person about like, oh, I want to really write an Indian firefighter. And then I started writing it and then I was like, oh no, they're a woman.
And that part was really cool to me. I was like, yes.
Yeah. So I did read a few a few female firefighter books, and those were amazing. I'm trying to think of the author's name right now, and it's an author who writes a lot of firefighter books. She's got a whole entire series, and I can see it, and I cannot think of the name. I'm so sorry. But she was amazing. That book.
And that's okay. And if you think about it, just bring it back up. Like, I remember.
I will.
Now, Mona, speaking of that, you mentioned something. You mentioned the furry friends. And guys, if you have read any of Mona books, sometimes you will see some furry friends in her book. But I wanted to find out with you, what do you enjoy about writing those furry friends in your books? Because there's a dog in this book too.
Yes, there's a few dogs in this book. I was never a dog person growing up. And my daughter got a dog a number of years ago. And long story short, the dog was not a safe dog. So we ended up not having the dog anymore. But our hearts had already been stolen. And so in COVID, when we were shut down, my husband and I were like, we shouldn't do this, but we want a dog. So we got another rescue dog, and her name is Nala. And Nala's just a little cute little hound. She's 20 pounds and she's my writing companion, and we just love her. And I thought to myself, I was like, she brings me so much joy and she's such a comfort. Why would I not put her in a book? Right. And also I had a lot of feelings over losing Charlie that were there. So I thought, I have all that. I have I had that love that I had for Charlie and everything. So I felt like I could feel that. So I wanted to put it on the page and just have those dogs in there. There's a couple of dogs in Match by Masala as well. So you can tell I was going through like my dog face.
I love that. Oh my goodness. Boys and girls, if you are just joining us, I am hanging out with the one, the only Mona Shroff, boys and girls. Her latest release, The Second First Chance. And she is hanging out with us today, guys, giving us a new release exclusive as well on today. So Mona, again, this is an amazing story, amazing title, amazing cover as well too. So we got to get into these characters a little bit as well. And so were these two characters, when you think about, them or what have you, did you know, like going in, did they start speaking to you first, or was it the amazing plot? What came to you first with this story?
Usually it's the characters. It's almost always the characters that come to me first. And then so I had the idea of the firefighter and the veterinarian. And then I knew there had to be some kind, and plot wise, I knew there had to be some kind of tragic fire. And then I started realizing who they were. So I had like a loose plot. So I really do approach it with the characters, and then I just start throwing things at them. What bad, horrible things can I throw at them? And I say that because that's kind of a technique that I learned because I was that's not something that comes to me naturally. Like, I'm not good at providing conflict, and obviously to make a good story, you need some conflict. So someone had once told me, they're like, just think of all the horrible things that could happen and just throw it at your characters and see what emerges, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I did. And so when you do throw those things at them, I kind of already knew who they were. Then you really find out what they're made of.
Oh.
And where they're going to go and that kind of thing. And so that's kind of how it came to me. And then the plot filled in. So it's simultaneous, but I definitely knew, like, while I might have changed a few plot points, I didn't want to change who Dylan and Rhea were, because
I love that. I love that. And speaking of that, guys, so Rhea, guys, is the female firefighter, and Dylan is the veterinarian. So let's start with Dylan's character. If you had to think about him in 3 words, or if you need more, that is fine. Describe Dylan for us.
Dylan is kind, and he's caring.
Yeah.
And he's cautious.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's cautious, and maybe kind and caring are the same thing, but yeah, he's definitely he's very, very cautious, very responsible. He has sort of the weight of the world on his shoulders, and he carries that very, very deeply.
Yeah. And Jennifer said when she read books like that, she's all in her emotions. Jennifer, I love those books that give you all the feels or what have you, that you're feeling what the characters are feeling, all that good stuff. It makes for a great read. Like,
Yes.
It definitely makes for a great read as well. And so, of course, boys and girls, Rhea, like I said, is the female firefighter. How would you describe Rhea to us?
The first thing that comes to mind is rebellious. She does her own thing. So she's rebellious, she's tough, and she's also very loving and caring too, because she is loving and caring, and she uses her toughness and her rebellious to go save people, because her feelings are, I lost somebody in a fire and I don't want anybody to have to go through that, so that's why I'm going to be the one to save people now. So she kind of has a little bit of a chip on her shoulder. She's also not cautious. She's very spontaneous and doesn't really think twice about her own safety. So in that way, I do have these opposites. Rhea and Dylan are opposite in many ways that way.
I love that. Now, when you do your characters and you're kind of outlining them, this is like even before you start writing. Do you do like, a character board? Like, how do like you have their name, you have like what they like, their dislikes. How do you do that to get like your characters together? And I'm sure when you're typing, they're talking to you, so other stuff come up. But
no,
initially, how do you get their character type? How about that?
I wish I was that organized. I've tried the character boards.
You still have the sticky notes?
I do have sticky notes. I do the sticky notes. The sticky notes are all over. Right now I'm in edits and the sticky notes are all over. You can't see because I'm hiding them. But I really do I get that idea and I come up with a scene in my head and I just I plug it out and I just kind of see what happens, because sometimes for me, it's a matter of them having a dialogue. So I'll take my 2 characters and I may not know who they are, but I'll put them in a situation where they have an argument. They're arguing about something. They're fighting about something, because, even in real life, like that's how you find out sometimes who people are. Right. So I have them have an argument and I'm like, do they fight dirty? Like, what are they saying to each other? Why are they arguing? Why are they mad about this kind of thing? And that kind of helps me flesh out who they are and who the conflict is. I do go, like when I'm doing my proposals, I'll go onto like the Bollywood actor site and I'll look and I'll try to figure out like who kind of looks like what they look like in my head, because for some reason they do come to me like looking like something, and then I will send that out when I send my proposal to my agent and my editor, like this is kind of what they look like type of thing. And that helps me like when I'm doing my descriptions, to make sure I could stay consistent with my descriptions of like their physicalities and, that kind of thing. So if there's something in particular, like, Rhea is, Indian women tend to be short, but she's kind of like 5'5". And so but she's very muscular. She's very strong, and that kind of thing, where Dylan was taller. And to me, he had like a little scruff. He had a beard, which was interesting because he was the first one of my characters we write them not necessarily in the order they come out. So I wrote him before, but he was one of the first one of my characters to not be clean shaven. Otherwise, I was writing clean shaven all before they came to me. So yeah, so that's kind of how it comes about. I just kind of type away. I make them fight, and then I make them have a conversation with like a parent.
Yeah,
that kind of thing. It might be a difficult conversation. It might not, and it comes out and shows me who they are.
I love that. I love that. And Veronica has a great question. She wanted to know, okay, let's put it up. What characters in your book are most similar to you or people that you know? Is there any in this particular book that may be similar or?
I don't necessarily know that I have particular characters that are, similar to people I know, but the relationships are similar to their relationships in my life. For example, the brother and sister relationships that I write, like Dylan and his sister Hethel, or Rhea and her brother Samir. A lot of those will mirror like my relationship with my brother, or my husband's relationship with his sister, or the adorableness that's my daughter and son, of them, together. Like, so those relationships, the mother-daughter relationships, I mean, we all have different kinds of mother-daughter relationships. So I was like, okay, this is my mom. What if there had been a fire? Like, how would we interact? That type of thing,
I love that. Wow.
That's kind of how so it's not necessarily how we would interact, but like, that's how I put myself in those positions. And so I really kind of look, so even my daughter, when she's reading the book, she's like, oh my God, this reminds me of me and Anna. And I'm like, yeah, that's because I was thinking about you guys when I wrote that,
I love that. Yeah. Now, share with us, and guys, we're getting ready. Mona is getting ready to read us a snippet, just enough to wet you guys a whistle as well. But as she prepared for that, Mona, you have some amazing names in your books. And this is like, all 5 of your books and what have you. How do you come up with your names? Do you just do like a name list, or sometimes when the characters come to you, the name drops with it? How do you come up with these names?
Sometimes the name drops with it.
Oh.
Rhea came to me, Rhea. And Dylan, I think I had to hunt a little bit. I'll go and do like Google searches, and I'll just like look at names until like something hits me. For main characters, sometimes, a lot of times I'll pick them from people in my life. I'll like go through, I'll just go through my family, and so I have a nephew named Dylan. In fact, I know of that generation, there's a lot of boys named Dylan. Like, people my age who have kids. There's a lot of boys named Dylan, and they all spell it differently. So I like the name Dylan. So I was like, okay, so Dylan's a good name,
Yeah.
So, and the reality is that like, Dylan's mom is probably closer to my age.
Okay.
So that generationally. So I do try to look at also the like generationally, like what
names are kind of like that. If you think about it, they're kind of, like when you think about
what were they naming their kids when these kids were born, type like in that.
Yes. Thanks for sharing that. That's super cool how you come up with the names for your characters. So, boys and girls, if you're just joining us, hanging out with Mona Shroff, she's getting ready to read us a little snippet, guys, of the second first chance, and we are ready when you are, Mona.
Okay. So this is chapter. It's an early chapter. Okay. So it's Rhea. Sweat dripped from every part of her body onto the parking lot outside the fire station for Engine and Ladder 52. And it had nothing to do with the fact that it was June in Maryland. Well, not entirely. Rhea was in full turnout gear: jacket, pants, gloves, boots, and helmet. The oxygen tank strapped to her back, finishing the requested 50 push-ups. At least the gloves provided padding from the gravel where they were ending today's training. The 60 pounds of gear on her body simply got heavier with each push-up and hotter. What's the matter, Desai? Too much for you? Her lieutenant, Jeff Ambrose, stood in front of her. He was also in full gear, and he had already finished his push-ups. He was calling the count for the rest of them on the shift: Bill Schultz, Ian Walsh, Marcus Evans, and Alejandro Alvarez. But he only called out her name. She was the rookie and the only woman. No, sir, she shouted. Down. She went into the lowered push-up position, her body hovering in a couple of inches above the ground. Lieutenant Ambrose stood in front of her. All she could see were his boots. Rhea almost wished the alarm would sound and they had to take a call, though Ambrose would probably make her stay in this position until they got back. She concentrated on her breathing and not on the ache in her muscles or the sweat dripping off her face, pooling in various parts of her body. Up. She pushed up. One more. Down. Lieutenant Ambrose knelt in front of her as she hovered again. Her abs and shoulders were screaming. How's it going, Desai? Great, sir. You feel that? He stood as if addressing them all, but Rhea knew he was talking to her. Your whole body is screaming. Your muscles are spent. But if one of you falls, your whole team starts 50 push-ups on a count of 1. That's how it is on scene. Everything you do affects the man, he paused significantly, or woman next to you. Up. There was general groaning, but Rhea didn't make a sound. She wasn't about to show even the slightest amount of weakness. They'd never let her live it down.
I love it. Boys and Girls, The Second First Chance by Mona Shroff. She just gave us a little snippet of this book as well, guys. And of course, we're going to tell you how you can get your hands on a copy of The Second First Chance as well. Mona, of course, my friend, we have to play around of this or that. There's no right or wrong answer because it's all things according to Mona. Are you ready, my friend?
Sure.
All right, I'm ready. Okay, Mona, vacation or staycation?
Vacation.
Okay. Now, is Mona a night owl or early bird?
Early bird.
All right. Mona, we're going to talk tropes for a little bit.
Okay.
Friends to lovers or enemies to lovers?
Oh, God, this is the hardest one. I love them.
It's all things according to you. So if you want to say both, it's on you.
I want to say both. I love them both.
I love it. Both. Okay. Second chance or best friend sibling?
Again, both. I love them both. But you know what? I do love a good second chance. Second chance is just, I love second chance.
I love it. Okay, Mona, we're taking a trip. Are you road tripping or are you on a plane ride, my friend?
It depends on where we're going.
Okay. All right, Mona, are you, now we got to ask this one. For the people, team tea, team coffee, or team a little something stronger?
Team coffee, but always team a little something stronger.
I love it. I love it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Mona, it's always amazing hanging out with you. And the time goes by so fast. Oh my goodness, guys. If you're just joining us, hanging out with Mona Shroff, guys. This is her latest release, The Second First Chance. And so, Mona, of course, we have a giveaway. Can you share with the people what the lovely giveaway is going to be today?
I'm going to give away a copy of The Second First Chance. And then I don't know if you can see it on here, but this is a cute little jewelry box.
Pretty.
Yeah. It's, nice. I don't know how to do this. Oh, there we go. Right. And
so pretty.
This little jewelry box, a copy of the book, and I'll throw in some other swag.
And let me tell you, Mona has really good swag as well. So I love that. I love that. And Mona, of course, you know how we do it here. I'm going to go up and down the comment section, my friend. You're going to tell me when to stop. And that person will be the winner of this lovely giveaway, guys. You will get a signed copy of The Second First Chance. You will get that lovely jewelry box and then whatever other swag that Mona decides to share. Okay, let's see. All right, Mona, I'm ready whenever you tell me to stop.
And stop.
Okay. Antoinette Gates, you are the winner of that lover giveaway. And she said, that's great, like creating with generational ideas and behavior patterns as well. So Antoinette, if you will inbox me your mailing address information, I will be sure to get that over to Mona Shroff and she will give you the lovely giveaway out to you as well. Mona, please share with us because we want everybody to read. We need everybody, boys and girls, to read The Second First Chance. How can they get their hands on a copy of this amazing read?
It is everywhere books are sold. It's on it's like Amazon, it's at Barnes and Nobles, but if you have a local independent bookstore, please go there. If they don't have it, they'll get it. The independent bookstores have been so good to us as romance authors in my area, in different areas, and I just love working with them. If you don't have an independent bookstore next to you, obviously it's available wherever books are sold.
I love that, boys and girls. There you have it. Wherever books are sold, try your local indie bookstore. If they have it, definitely give a copy from there as well. And guys, of course, Mona's going to tell you how you can stay connected with her, but also go to her website. Check out her backlist, guys. She has 5 amazing books that are out there, boys and girls, that you would definitely enjoy as well. And so, Mona, tell the people how can they stay connected with you, my friend.
So I'm most active on Instagram, and that's at Mona Shroff Author. And I'm also pretty active through Instagram with my Facebook page. Again, that's Mona Shroff Author. I do go to Twitter at Mona Shroff Write. I am doing better on TikTok. That's Mona Season Writes. And I do have a website. It's monadshroff.com. And I do have my backlist up there. But again, my backlist is available for purchase wherever you buy books. And I hope you do investigate it. And if you do want to follow me, again, it's at Mona Shroff Author is the best place, Instagram, and then all the other places you'll find me too.
So. Yes. And guys, let me just tell you, and because I know I have Tiffany Jones of Tiff's Happy Place, I know she's out there as well. I am actually giving this the Angela Anderson's Angela's Literary Cafe stamp of approval. Let me just tell you guys, once you have been smitten and bitten by the Mona Shroff, the author, let me just tell you, you're going to go read everything she has. Mona Shroff is amazing, guys. Her stories are amazing. They're page turners, all of them. Oh my goodness, Mona, I'm super duper proud of you. Super duper to be a super fan of yours. Once I discovered your work, as y'all can see, Mona she's always welcome at the cafe. Okay, y'all just know that. Okay, whenever she have a book out, just know you may see her at the cafe as well. But Mona, I'm so proud of you. So proud of your latest release, The Second First Chance as well. Guys, hey, when you get a chance, go back and watch the replay of when she was on here for tea. We talked about Match by Mansala as well, which came out, I want to say it was June. That's still available too. Any of her books are still available as well. And so, Mona, I definitely want to let you have the last words. What would you like to say to the people?
Oh, I don't know. I would like to say how amazing Angela is too. Because I love her energy. So anytime Angela asks me to come out, I'm just like so excited because she's so excited and it's so high energy. And I totally love that. But I'd like to thank you all for whoever joined us tonight or whoever sees the recording. Thank you so much for spending 30 minutes with me and Angela. And I hope you get out to get The Second First Chance or any one of my books. And I hope you enjoy and I hope you follow because there is more to come.
Yes.
And, I think this is what happens when you do what you love.
Yes. I love it so much. And Mona, again, thank you for accepting the invitation and hanging out with us here on the cafe. Guys, I love Mona Shroff. And Mona, of course, we just have to let the people know, guys, once you read it, definitely leave a review. I know she will be so appreciative of that as well, and help us to spread the word. Tell everybody about the second first chance as well. Guys, that's our show. The time goes by really fast. We've had an amazing time hanging out with Mona Shroff on today. Mona, happy release week, my friend. I hope that you have an amazing release week, amazing release month, as well, celebrating this release too. So guys, that's it. Like, tag, and share. Tell a friend. Go back. Tell someone to watch the replay as well. Go out, guys. Get your copy of The Second First Chance, and we'll see you next time. As we always say, have an amazing day because we're having an amazing day. And until next time, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.